Hey, how's it going?
My name is Blake, and I started this Jeep Solo YouTube channel for the purposes of going off-roading alone and safely. So I found that it's annoying to wait around for people to get on the trail. Sometimes I get a half day at work and I want to just get out there, and maybe it's not all day, maybe it's just a few hours. So I've been doing that quite a bit, and I've been realizing that there are a lot of safety issues and upgrades that I wish my Jeep had that would make things a lot safer and easier. So on my last outing, I had gone out right after a rainstorm and ended up on this really difficult trail, and it was a lot muddier than I was expecting. There was no one around. It started raining some more, and the fog was rolling in. And the Jeep, the ZJ that I was in, is basically stock. It has a 3-inch spacer lift on it, but it has open differentials, and it was really exhausting and challenging to get it over all the obstacles. It was the Corral Canyon, I think it's the Sidewinder Trail, and it's kind of a one-way. Once you get going, you're committed, especially with all the mud. One of the second or third obstacles was this long, slippery, muddy hill that I basically slid all the way down, and I don't think there was any going back after that. So I don't have a winch, and with the open differentials, I found that I was getting a front wheel and a back wheel up off the ground almost constantly. So I had to keep getting out and stacking rocks to get up and over these obstacles. So it was really challenging with all the mud. The Jeep was in a lot of crazy positions that weren't very safe, and so I was crawling around. At one point I was wedged in between two rocks and couldn't open the doors, so I had to roll out of the passenger seat into the back seat and then go out the back passenger door, because that was the only door that would open, and then stack a bunch of rocks. And I think I had to do that 3 or 4 times coming in and out before I could get off this obstacle. So that has led me to some upgrades, some essential upgrades. I think the first one would be lockers. If you're going to go out alone, having lockers will make life a lot easier. I think having a winch would be nice to have. I don't have one. I plan to install one at some point, but definitely that would be a good safety measure. The rock sliders, I have been wanting to do that for quite a while. It just gives you a little more clearance, and you're not going to get hung up on as much. Another bonus that isn't really required, but I have ordered the long arm lifts for the ZJ and for the WJ. So they've arrived, and I'll be installing those at some point in the near future. So look for those videos to come. I also have installed some lockers. They're just lunchbox lockers on the front and rear. So I took some video. I'm not sure how good it's going to be, how clear it will be, but I'll definitely go over that. And by far, that's been the best upgrade yet. So, and then after all that, it would be nice to have slightly bigger tires. But you do get to a point where it's too easy and there's no more challenge. So you kind of have to pick and choose. I'm trying to do all this on a pretty skimpy budget. So I'm doing all the work myself. I enjoy these projects, and let's see. Radios. So I did pick up a radio in case of an emergency. I actually need to learn how to use the radio that I got. It's an actual, I think, UHF, so it has the long number system, and I'm not totally familiar with that. So at least you should know your local emergency line, I guess you'd call it, so that you can hail somebody and get some help. But what else? Down the road, I think we'll be doing some like electric coolers or ice chest things that you can pick up. I've seen electric cookers that you can put inside your Jeep. What you should be carrying. In my situation on my last trip, it was cold and rainy, and I wish I had a sleeping bag and some maybe a couple of blankets in case I had to spend the night out there. So it was getting later in the afternoon, and I was concerned that I was going to be spending the night on the trail. Especially if I had ended up having a flat tire or a broken axle, I would have definitely been spending the night. As these topics come up, I'll be making videos about them, and I hope you'll join us. Please like this video below if